Get in, lads. The three of us are back with another episode of the Get in Football podcast, like usual. A very Concacaf heavy and La Liga heavy episode today. If you guys are interested in any of those two topics, make sure to stick around. Nations League semifinals coming up. We're going to talk about that. Jamaica, per usual. If you're a Jamaican fan or from Jamaica, whatever, like I know many of you are, stick around. We got some Jamaican content. Real Madrid, Barcelona. And then we'll see wherever the night takes us. We're here to talk about it. I also want to say, Diego said he's going to cook. I need you to hold him accountable. Please hold him accountable, because if not, this might be his last episode ever. Andres and I have discussed beyond the camera to officially remove him after this. If I'm just kidding, that's a lie. We do have a big announcement. Two announcements, actually, technically. Number one, for all our Jamaican fans out there, Diego and I, and Diego's brother, and someone else we haven't figured out who, because it's supposed to be Andres, but he's not going anymore. We're going to Las Vegas to watch the Jamaica versus Ecuador game. Meaning we're going to record the whole thing. We're going to give you a match day vlog. We're trying to get media passes. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going. We're going to be there alongside you. If you are a viewer and you're watching, and you're going to be at the same game, let us know. I don't know. Maybe we can meet some of you guys there. I don't know. But we're going to be there fully in support of Jamaica with our Jamaican kits on. It's going to be a fantastic time. Second announcement, Andres is going to a game the same day for Copa America. Mexico versus who?
Ecuador.
Mexico. No, okay, impossible, because Ecuador's playing in Vegas against Jamaica.
No, Venezuela. No, wait,
Venezuela. No. Oh, okay. Well, Mexico's playing somebody.
I'm pulling out my tickets. I want to say it's Venezuela. Sorry. Yeah, I was right. Venezuela. Sorry.
Hey, okay. Andres also going to see Mexico versus Venezuela on the same day. That's June 26th in Southern California, in LA. And he's going to record some of that as well. So we're going to have two match day vlogs probably during the same week for Copa America games. So it's going to be it's going to be a fun one. If you guys are interested in that and you are not subscribed yet, which I don't know why you're not. I mean, we've brought you a good first 2 minutes. Make sure to subscribe, and then turn notifications on so you know that when we go do that, you can be one of the first people to watch it. It's going to be a fun time. I'm excited. I know Diego's excited. Hopefully, Andres is excited. Although
Bro,
I don't
nervous.
know if Diego's excited.
I'm gonna be by myself. Like recording it. I want to have you two to back me up. So it's just gonna be me. So
Diego didn't even know the game was in Las Vegas until last night. So we bought the tickets 2 days ago, just so you know.
We bought it when we bought the tickets when they first released, and I was in class. Diego was also in class. We were texting in the group chat. I texted the guys. I was like, "Look, tickets are on sale right now. Good price. Let's get them." And then Elijah bought the tickets. We talked about it. We got all okays, and then I got told I was actually going to the Mexico game, so I had to withdraw and go to that game instead. But yeah, and then somehow Diego slipped, didn't clock during that whole group chat conversation that we had that the game was in Vegas. But that's okay. He's still going. So
hey, I'm still down.
You guys will be in safe hands.
The road trip.
All right. There we go. It's gonna be a good time. So like we've already had one match day vlog up. It was Wrexham versus United. Make sure to go watch that. If you like match day vlogs, it was a good time. We had a great time. That was the first time doing it. So if you're watching it and you think this is kind of amateurish, we understand. That's our first time. The second time, though, I'm going to make sure to edit it a little bit better. We're going to record a little bit better. We might get some shirt mics. I don't know. Let's see what kind of content we can get. It can be a fun time. So it's going to be really fun on our part. It should be really fun to watch for you guys. So make sure to subscribe. Stick around for that. Those are going to be really good. Like I said, we're going to start off with some Concacaf today. It's going to be a good time. Going to have an enjoyable conversation, hopefully. So before we get into any actual football topics, stick around for more of any of those interests you. If not, maybe stick around just to help us out anyway. Like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Both of those help us in so many ways. You know what? I think if we pump out Concacaf content this next month for Nations League, I think we can hit 1,000 by the end of the month, if not by the end of April.
Agreed.
So let's make that a goal. Wow. Let's make it a goal. If you want to help us get there,
1,000.
Please help us out. Share the video, like the video, subscribe to us, comment on the video, everything.
Tell your grandmas about us.
Tell your grandmas. Grandma, hi. I know you're watching, Grandma. Let's get your grandmas watching, guys. This just help us out. Just help us out. That's all I need to say. Once we get to 1,000, should be good. We're gonna try our best to get there. I'm actually gonna start making TikToks again in shorts. I've decided.
Jeez.
I'm really gonna push. I really need to push to do that. I know. So this week I'm gonna try to have 3 TikToks out / shorts.
No pressure, guys. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I know what to do. So yeah, okay. Let's get into the football instead of waffling here. Let's get into football. CONCACAF Nations League is in less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks, pretty soon. Now, again, Diego, tell us the 2 matchups in the CONCACAF Nations League that in the semifinals that everyone should be looking forward to.
So, as I've known for a while, the 2 matchups.
No,
he didn't.
Quite a while.
He knew about 10 minutes ago.
USA versus Jamaica.
Hey,
right?
There we go.
Yep.
1 from 1.
Yeah.
It's cooking.
And then Mexico versus Panama.
Hey, there we go. Now, the only reason he knows that is because we asked him 5 minutes before we started recording, and he did know that. So I just had to make sure he knows that.
May have been referencing another website as well. But
there he is.
Hey, he's cooking. He's cooking now. He's not. He's cooking.
You don't even know what you're talking about. Just make it seem. Wow, look at him. Look at him. He's simmering a little bit. He's simmering a little bit.
Come on.
The heat's turning on. The stove is on. We'll say that for sure.
It's on low, but he's cooking something.
All right, let's talk about the first matchup of USA versus Jamaica, which is obviously the more popular matchup amongst our fan base. And let's be honest here, okay? I know we have biases towards certain countries, but I want you guys to be as honest as you can, please. Okay, as honest as you can.
Okay.
USA versus Jamaica. I'm going to start with Andres. Give me the final scoreline of that game.
Oof. Dude, this is tough. I want to be. I don't want any bias. But I don't know. It's the reggae boys for me. I want to go 2-1. 2-1. 2-1 is what I want to go with.
Okay. All right.
Michael Antonio, screamer. Just wait. Just wait.
That's what he's known for. It's what he's known for.
Michael Antonio. To be fair, he scored his first ever goal outside the box for Jamaica in the longest time. So all I'm saying is it's possible. It is possible. Let the man cook.
All right.
Let the man cook. 2-1. Right. Michael Antonio screamer, game winner. Leon Bailey with the first goal. I think Andre Blake's about to go crazy. But yeah, 2-1. I just feel an underdog story brewing. They shouldn't have beat Canada, but they did. And I can see them going to the finals.
Momentum.
This is their time.
Momentum. Okay. All right, Diego, your prediction: USA Jamaica, please.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. US. Good old America, patriotism, taxes. We love that. And so I'm thinking 2-0. 2-0 is my vote. We're gonna Christian Pulisic masterclass, 2 assists from him.
Ooh, I like that. Christian Pulisic is one of my favorite players of all time. Okay, that's fair. I really do think Jamaica's going to pull it off, but barely, barely, maybe penalties. If Jamaica wasn't on the equation, I'm Team USA, everything for soccer wise. I'm Team USA everything. Christian Pulisic, my favorite player. Obviously, I'm from America, whatnot, and I think USA would win everything. Anyways, USA hasn't beat Jamaica in little over 2 years. Back in 21. Last 2 results, however, were draws. 1-1, both games. Maybe that plays a little bit with USA's head. I don't know. Jamaica could come into this knowing that they haven't lost in the past 2 games to USA.
I mean, I also think it's important to note they're going in that game nothing to lose mentality because they're the underdogs. They have literally nothing to lose.
That's a good point.
And USA have everything to lose because they're supposed to be either number 1 or number 2 at the moment. Arguably number 1 at the moment right now.
Yeah, I think general consensus will be number 1, and they have Copa America here, and the Olympics, and World Cup.
So honestly, everything's on. In terms of soccer, the United States, they got a lot of pressure on them to see this game out. But it's always the games that you think you should win are the ones that are the hardest usually sometimes because of that pressure. So, but I think Jamaica's also just getting good just because of that Canada win. No one saw that coming in that second leg.
Sure.
No one did, but they pulled it off. So, but yeah, I think it's very doable.
Yeah.
I
think obviously this video will be titled Early Predictions. We still have 3 weeks, and I think we'll make another preview or / prediction video
the week
as
of.
we get closer. Yeah, maybe week of. Maybe see the rosters at least.
Yeah.
That are being called up because we don't know this. It might not be as strong rosters as it should be, but we'll do another video on this. But this is just early predictions, like I said. USA players are also in really good form right now. Christian Pulisic is killing it in Italy overall. Johnny Cardoso, midfielder in defensive midfielder for Real Betis. He just moved over the winter, and he just won U23 Player of the Month. He's killing it over there. I know you guys aren't keeping up with him, but I am. He's doing really good over there.
It's a football manager inside of you. Just keeping
up
with
the youngsters. It is. I love it.
$15, baby. Come on. Sorry.
Before we mention context, I just want to say betting is not something you should be doing. Please do not bet if you do not have the capabilities of disposable income. Andres gambles, and he sometimes makes something. So
hey, I made I don't want to hear it. I made $65 today. All right,
come on,
I'm cooking. All right. Anyways, back to our topic. Sorry.
That's one thing that would be really funny. Like, let's say we get bigger in the future, and we're like a brand or something, and we have like betting sponsors or like a betting channel.
Oh. If we need a betting sponsor right now, everyone use Prize Picks.
No. They're not giving us money, so there's no point. There's no point in mentioning them.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
They're not giving us money.
Redacted sports app betting app. I do use. Yep. I won't say what it's called, but it's very good. It's legal. Make sure you're 18 and over. Gamble responsibly.
Right when you feel like you should quit, you should bet once more because you're one more bet away from a big win.
Exactly. So as soon as you think you're about to lose, you bet all your money on the next one.
It's true. Every single bettor who hasn't won something, every single gambler who hasn't won something is always one away from that big win when they stop. That's statistically.
Hey, mortgage the house. Imagine that dopamine rush when you win. Insane.
Go off a second one. A second one if you need to.
Come on now.
Just kidding. Please. I don't want to be responsible for this. I don't want to be responsible for this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. We have the USA Jamaica. 2 for Jamaica, 1 for USA here, but you never know. I think it's going to be a closer game than people realize, especially American fans. I think it's going to be a good watch. That's March 23rd. That's going to be at 4 p.m. our time, Pacific time, just so you guys know, in Texas. Actually, they're both going to be at the same stadium. Let's go over the other side of the bracket. Panama, Mexico. I'm going to start with Diego first here. Diego, after doing your long hours of research on both of these countries and not just going off a whim here, who do you think is pulling out of this draw?
Well,
no pressure.
I'm gonna have to go. I mean, like,
sounds like he's breaking up because he's pausing so much.
I know, literally.
I may also be breaking up. That also may be. No.
You're not. You're just pausing.
You're just not talking. You're just not talking.
Between Mexico and Panama?
Yes, that is the draw.
Yep,
yes,
that is what we're talking about.
Okay.
You want to give us the reasons?
Partly for 2 reasons. Panama, they're fine. They're. I mean, it's. Can I let me finish?
No, please.
They're a team that does well within the Concacaf because, let's be honest, a lot of the teams that they will play until they get to these later stages will be pretty easy. And they're a fine team. They're solid, sure, but nothing crazy. And at the end of the day, Mexico, theoretically, on paper, has the stronger team. And I know, like, admittedly, Mexico can be a little weird with these elimination games, but like, I just think it's not an easy game, but it should be a game that Mexico kind of comes away with. And I'm not gonna go with them blowing them out, but I'm gonna go with like maybe a solid 1-0 win, maybe 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andres, before you go, Andres, do you mind if I go? Just real quick, because I'm gonna keep this as even as we can, so people don't click off the video. I'm gonna go Panama. I'm truthfully gonna go Panama. This is more so not shade to Mexico, but more praise of Panama. Panama recently have been very good in CONCACAF. To get here, they won 6-1 on aggregate against Costa Rica. In the quarterfinal. Costa Rica, is one of the CONCACAF teams that are consistently in the World Cup. So I mean, Costa Rica, you could say, is a top 4 or 5 CONCACAF team, pretty consistently, and they killed them 6-1. Before that, they had the Gold Cup. Before the Nations League was the Gold Cup. They made it to the final. I don't know if you guys remember, but they lost 1-0 to Mexico. Yes, but it wasn't
Santi.
It wasn't that. It was a closer game that people remember. Mexico had way more shots, but in terms of passes, in terms of a lot of different things, they're fairly equal. In terms of how they play, as long as Panama just act upon that again, in a different way, like you learn from that, I think they could do it. They beat the USA to get there too. They beat Qatar to get to the USA game. They beat Qatar 4-0. Qatar just won the Asian Cup of the Asian Cup over there. So that's a pretty big deal. I mean, Panama is a fairly good team that don't get a lot of credit for, understandably so, because I mean, again, they are playing against Concacaf teams. I think Panama though could do this. I think Panama could make it here to the final. So I'm going to go Panama. It's going to be close, like I said. I think they're more so going to win based off Mexico's losses than their own merits. But I'm going to go Panama here. We'll say 1-0.
Oof. Well, you know me, Mexico. Come on. That's an obvious choice for me. I mean, to counter your point about Costa Rica, I think at the same point you got to mention that Costa Rica is on that decline, just because their players are getting older. You know, so you know they're not the same team as they was back in like 2018, 2020. So you know they're not the same team where you would consistently see them making the World Cup or like being able to do some damage in those group stages. But it's also important to note, I did look it up just now. In the past, I think 6 or 8 meetings, Panama's best result against Mexico is a 1-1 draw since 2015. They met 8 times, and then all the other 7 times Mexico has won either 1-0. A lot of 1-0s actually.
A lot of 1-0s.
But, I guess that's a common thing. But I think if we go back to the Gold Cup, I feel like, you know, new manager we had, right? Relatively new, still trying to figure out the system. Also, I do remember watching that game at Disneyland in between rides and shit. That was funny. But I felt like they were playing bunker ball. I think Mexico had made some great chances, just became unlucky on certain ones. I think they hit the post a few times and they just couldn't get in the back of the net. But and then Santi kind of did his magic and scored the game winner in the 90-something minute. But no, I think if this Mexican side is able to break them down, because you know Panama's just going to play bunker ball. I mean, I feel like everyone knows that. It's not like they're going to come out attacking, surprise Mexico or something. It's just it's a fact that it's going to be bunker ball, and they're going to wait on the counter, wait for Mexico to make a mistake. And lately, it's kind of been prone for Mexico to make a mistake. Someone makes a mistake that leads to a goal. That's why especially in that Honduras game, made a mistake. You know, they probably got lucky. Controversial win, if you ask certain people, mainly people from Honduras, will say that they were robbed, but the game's the game. But yeah. Tell your players to stop flopping, and they want to add extra time. But anyways, no, I think it'll be a hard fought match in terms of trying to break them down and trying to find a way through their backline in the midfield. But I think they'll get cooking. I think also it helps that certain players are in form that we need to, especially Santi Jimenez. I mean, in form. Edson Alvarez, I think, has found his form. Is playing at a lot higher competition in the Premier League, which is valid. Just scored today, so come on now. But no, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll score. I think it's gonna be like a 1-0, 2-0 max, maybe even a 2-1. But I think it'll be a hard fought game. But I'm gonna go Mexico. Normal time. Okay. 2-0. 2-0.
Okay.
A comfortable win. No squeaky bum time for us. A comfortable win in Texas.
I do want to say I'm glad you did mention the Honduras game, because I was going to mention that too. I mean, they barely got here.
Hey, the scenes when Edson scored the game tying goal was crazy.
It is true, but I am curious to see if that weighs on him a little bit, because Mexico as a whole, as a country, like the national team itself, I mean, they have not been in that good form recently. It's still a period of meshing, I would say. So you never know. I think both these games are going to be closer than people think. It's not something you can just be like, okay, I know who's going to win, so I'm just not going to watch it. I think you guys should watch this game as best you can. And then it'll be a good final. I will say, I just realized I'm not going to be here for the final. So we'll see what happens. We'll see, but I will be here for the first 2 games for the semifinals.
I'll take over the channel. I'll take over recording spots.
You're doing a great job. Doing a great job so far.
Yep.
You're doing a great job.
Let's just say there's going to be a lot of editing involved if I take over.
That's true. Yeah, we might have to hire somebody. All right, great. So just to recap real quick, if you're still watching at this point, just gonna 2 votes for Jamaica, 1 vote for USA, 2 votes for Mexico, 1 vote for Panama. So
I'm in the majority this time. That's crazy.
By consensus, the final will be a Jamaica versus Mexico final.
That would be sick.
Just a reminder, both semifinals are on March 21st, both at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. One's at 4, I think the next one's at 7:30. The final is also in Arlington, Texas, on March 24th, so like 3 days after. Same with the third place. Is also on the 24th, probably just before it. So if you guys are interested in those, make sure to watch the videos. We're gonna have a lot of content out surrounding those those games when the time comes. A lot of content out. So if you're a Concacaf fan, Jamaican fan, USA fan, Panamanian, Mexican, anything, make sure to subscribe and watch along so you get all the content, all the news, all the updates. You know the whole thing. Great, good one, boys. That was smooth. That worked out well, and I appreciate that. Let's move on to something that happened today. Because we're already about 20 minutes into it. It's pretty good. Something that happened today in the world of football, that is the March 2nd, over in Spain, in La Liga. A little bit of controversy concerning Real Madrid, and I believe it was Valencia, right? It was Valencia.
Yep. 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to go look up a video or something if you can, just to see what happens. But essentially, game is dwindling down. Seconds, referee with whistle in his mouth. Corner for Real Madrid, or at least they're attacking, and Brahim Diaz gets the ball on the right side, right wing, sends it in, crosses it in. As he's crossing it in, already in the final third, as he's crossing it in, the referee blows his whistle. Right after he blows his whistle, Jude Bellingham scores a header that goes into the goal, and they should have won it. But it was disallowed. Because the referee blew the whistle right before, even though they were in the final third. A lot of controversy, a lot of arguments with the referee. I'm here to talk about it. What do you guys think about the overall situation? Is there a way to fix it? Is there a way, should we just move past it? Is there something deeper than just referee making a simple mistake? What do you guys think?
I mean, I'll let Diego cook.
Diego, you cook. All right. He's been marinating. He's been marinating for a while.
I think you can't fix it. It's not something you fix. The referee called the game. It's just how it goes. Nothing can happen after you call a game. And Real Madrid can be upset about it, and validly be upset about it, but you can't go back and change that. With that being said, the referee is purely on him to figure out if there's anything left in that attacking phase of play before he can call the game. And Elijah, plenty of times playing FIFA. I mean, address to you too. Playing FIFA, you see those bullshit ref calls, you're on the attack, and then the AI calls it for you. You're like, the fuck.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is one of those moments.
Threshold, so the whistle doesn't get called.
Doesn't call. Yeah. And I feel like this is one of those moments where the ball was in a dangerous position on the wing. You could see a Real Madrid player was going to get to it. I feel like the natural thing to do would be just to let the whistle go, see when he crosses it in. If it gets cleared, it's cleared. If not, it's not. But it's literally like one of those things where it's up to the referee to scan, see what's going on, and see if there's anything left for the game or that he can call it. And he obviously, I don't know, I guess he just assumed that it was like, okay, time, and then called it. It sucks, but it happens once in a while. I've seen it before where maybe they don't score from it, but players want to get a free kick or something, and the referee calls it, and players are like, "Hey, we're able to cross it," or some shit like that. But
that's at halftime though. That's where I see it the most is in the first half.
True.
One thing too with it is the fact that the ball was in the air, he got the cross off. It's not it's not like I think it'd be a little bit of a different narrative if he called it right before he got the cross off. But here, the ball was already in the air with the intent of getting into the middle for someone to header it in. The ball was already on his way to Bellingham's head, and I think that's a big issue too. Like I said, the narrative would be different if he hadn't crossed it in yet. There would definitely still be outrage, but not as bad. But because the ball was already in the air, what are you doing? What are you doing as a referee at the highest level of world football? It's a terrible call.
It's I want to bring up West Ham, but I'm just going to use an example. It's no offense, Diego. I'm going to bring up this horror memory of you. It's like Lanzini when he scored that amazing goal from outside the box. It was literally at the stroke of the minimum time required given, Imagine the ref blows the whistle as he strikes the ball. That's just absurd. Like, like he didn't blow it. He waited because it was still in a dangerous area, went to a player on the attack. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing as the Real Madrid goal in the terms of it's a dangerous play. It's not like it's like, out in the, between the 18-yard box and the midfield line and someone crosses in. No. It was right outside the 18-yard box on the right side, if you're going at goal, on the right side, right outside of it. He crosses it in. You see the ball lift up in the air, then the ref calls it. For no reason. Literally makes no sense. I have no idea why you would ever do that. And then the fact that he sent off Jude Bellingham and Rudiger. Rudiger, I kind of understand. He kind of went after some people and tried to do some foul play there. Rudiger. But Bellingham went up to him and said, some explicit words and said the ball went in. Why isn't it a goal? And he got sent off for that, which is outrageous. But no, it's just so stupid. It's like lack of ball knowledge, as Diego was saying. Lack of ball knowledge here. It's just stupid. No one would ever blow a whistle right. I understand if it goes to another player, like a defender, right outside the 18, and he's about to boot it, and you call it just because there's nothing there anymore. But the fact that a Real Madrid player had the ball, crossed it in, it looked dangerous, and then you blow it for no reason. It was just stupid, so stupid. But maybe you could also argue the fact for Sevilla, no, it's not Sevilla, Valencia, that they stopped defending because they heard the whistle. So therefore, that's why Jude Bellingham scored. You could argue that.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I think
the general consensus is that it's a game-winning goal.
Yeah, I mean, whether it would have won it or not. I think also the concern is that he didn't get the chance to. Yes, there was less defense, but even if they were defending, he still could have headed it in and went in. But that also is, I feel like, a different argument to mention, I think. But overall, this is just fucking stupid. It's outrageous and it's terrible, and there's definitely a lot of social media presence about this. But imagine this happened to Liverpool. If this happened to Liverpool fans or Arsenal fans or something, this would have been insane. They would have called. There would have been calls for fucking referee's head. The audio calls would have needed to be released, and a whole bunch of shit. Just the fact that this can happen, especially to Real Madrid, and one of the big things too is this was Vinny's first appearance at that stadium since the last time he got racially abused there. So a lot of people are commenting on that, what the hell, why is there this bias against him, whether race or not, at least pertaining to this specific stadium and whatnot. And also it's a bad call when people are calling the league corrupt against Real Madrid rather than the other way around, because it's always Real Madrid are the corrupt ones. Yeah, but the fact that everyone's like, okay, what the fuck, it's a bad thing.
Or Real Madrid fans are just so used to winning that they're like, this is so bad that this happened to us, and they're not used to it, so they're like, I don't know. I know someone who's a Real Madrid fan, and just to mess with them, I said tough shit. Now you know what it feels like. But no, I do sympathize, because I would be absolutely raging if that happened to West Ham in some capacity. But I mean, we've been fucked by plenty of referees in my lifetime. So suck it, mate. Sucks to suck. No, but it's still the fact that he got sent off too. I think that's probably the worst part.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, and being sent off to a red card means that you can't play the next game.
Yeah, next three is a straight red. So next three games. Same thing with Rudiger, which is harsh. I mean, they can appeal it, but honestly, I don't see La Liga turning that over. Just because by the rules, it's a straight red for what he did. But it's crazy. I think the result is still a point. It's not like they lost the game or something. That was a game-tying goal. They still got a point out of it, but I feel like they lose arguably one of their best players, if not their best player, for the next 3 games is even harsh. Luckily, they'll have them for Champions League because, it doesn't count for La Liga rules. But, yeah, harsh.
Well, one thing, too, it's still a pretty tight title race. I mean, you still have Girona, breathing down Real Madrid's necks. So 2 points is a lot of points at this stage of the season. I mean, it's March now. This could be make or break. Let's say in the end, Real Madrid lose the league off 1 or 2 points. Then it falls back to this 1-3 decision. That's very questionable. And this is a really big result. This is a really big result. and I'm curious to see how it affects them.
But,
Real Madrid is right
for
now
the underdog story.
For real. I hope so. I want to win. But Real Madrid with a game with one more game played than Girona, still they're 7 points ahead. That could be 9. That's a big difference. 7 versus 9 is a big difference. 9 is 3 wins. 7 is 2 wins and a draw. You know, that's pretty important.
How does a team have 0 wins? The fuck? You never see that in the Premier League.
Oh, on media? Oh yeah, bro. They've been struggling.
That's more than struggling, bro. What the fuck? That's more than struggling.
All right, we're about 30 minutes into this video. It's pretty good. I feel like we're killing it, man. We're killing the time wise, at least. It was pretty good. Okay, before we get into like another big topic, I'm just gonna ask you guys like a question. Just cause I don't know why not. Might be a little bit fun. Who was your favorite wonder kid that you thought was gonna go big and he didn't in the end? Give me Diego's first, because I heard on dresses already, and I just want to hear Diego's.
I mean, I had my personal choice, and then the choice that I thought was just a good choice. My personal one, Dele Alli. I feel like that's a pretty obvious one.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, he was hitting it big for a couple seasons. He was phenomenal. Was gonna be the next big thing for the next, who knows, 10 years. And then now riding the bench at Everton, last I remember. I don't know if he's even gotten a game in recent time. I don't think he has.
I don't think he's at Everton anymore, bro. We just played Everton.
No, I'm pretty sure he's at. I was just thinking that. I'm pretty sure he's still at Everton.
Isn't he at Saudi Arabia? I feel like he would.
He's at Everton.
Oh yeah, he's still at Everton. Yeah.
Dog, I did not see him on the bench.
I think
imagine not being able to make the starting lineup for.
He's hurt right now.
He has surgery on his groin, something like that.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Basically,
makes more sense.
You know, baller. What had the most like goal contributions of an English midfielder? Like, I think it was close to record breaking, if not record breaking. Like, he was above Lampard, he's above Gerrard in like a single season, and yeah, now he's down in the dumps, and it hurts. It hurts me. I'm not gonna lie with you, to see the golden boy. No, not where he's at. But I know he had a thing about mental health and all that, so I don't, there's a lot of things he was dealing with, but it sucks. It sucks to see.
That's fair. That's fair. And you had another one you said.
I did. Well, okay, so it was mine that I think I thought about, and I was like, oh, you know what? I feel like he wasn't as good as he could have been, and it's a wild one. I think Ousmane Dembele is one of them.
Oh, that's
because hear me out. Is he good? Sometimes. Is he
accurate?
What he thought he could be, and the glimpse? Dude, you don't understand. Some of his highlights that you can see on YouTube or whatever are insane. Like, genuinely, one of the skillful, craftiest players. His prime at Dortmund, which was his early years, was crazy. 2-footed, fast, like just generally so good. But he could never clicked at Barca, really. Injured all the time, and people making plenty of jokes about his injuries there. And at PSG, I mean, I haven't heard jack about him at PSG. I don't think he's doing particularly great, although PSG aren't doing particularly great in general, besides Mbappe. But I mean, he was supposed to be one of the next big ones. Maybe not Mbappe level, but close to it. And he just hasn't hit that.
He was goated in FIFA. I remember that. Like, he would be like the go-to signee when you were playing career mode.
Very, very goated in FIFA. 5-star baller. So anyways.
But I remember the memes you were talking about. It's when like the Barcelona players are coming out from the game and an ambulance drives by and he's like, "Oh, it's Dembele."
Yeah, I love those.
Poor lad. I mean, I don't even know how you'd react to that. Like, you see that as a professional footballer, and it's just tough all around.
It's just a weak body, I guess. I don't know.
Injury prone. Yeah. Fair.
All right, you guys go ahead.
Andres.
Well, I talked to this with Elijah beforehand just to get an okay, but he gave me a good idea, so I'm gonna take it from him. I'm gonna go Giovanni Dos Santos. Just because I was gonna say Carlos Vela, which is accurate, but Elijah convinced me that he's too old, and we didn't see him in his prime, and not his prime, but we didn't see him as a youngster. But we do remember him being on a FIFA cover, at Arsenal when he was at Arsenal. But so I'll just go with Giovanni Dos Santos, someone who I did watch growing up a lot of the time because of the Mexican national team. But yeah, played for Barcelona with his brother Jonathan for a while. Was amazing for the Mexican national team. I'll never forget that goal he scored against the United States. That was honestly peak Mexican football right there. It was literally that moment was what sticks out to me. I do remember watching that game. He just went downhill so quickly. It was kind of so promising. He was at Tottenham. Wait, did he go to Tottenham, Barcelona, or Barcelona, Tottenham?
I think Barcelona, Tottenham. I think so.
Fact check me.
Yeah, I want to say Barca first.
Yeah, and then Tottenham on loan, right?
First.
Tottenham on loan when you played with Bale.
It was definitely Barca first, then us.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Good point, you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, played for these world-renowned clubs, minus Spurs. But just I mean, it was so good, so quick, so good technically, was literally the next big thing. And then I don't know what the fuck happened. He just didn't take soccer that seriously. Went to some team in Spain, don't even remember, kind of did okay. Came over to the States, played for Galaxy for a little bit, did decent-ish, but I mean, come on, from the standards that we have, not good enough. And then went to America, then broke his leg, unfortunately, against Chivas in 2021. I do remember actually watching that. That was hard to see. And that was his career right then and there. But kind of encapsulated his whole career towards the end, really, was, just injuries, but also just partying a lot. I feel like at the time, a lot of Mexican wonder kids at the time, titled by the Mexican media, kind of didn't take soccer seriously, so therefore they didn't reach their max potential. Looking at you, Carlos Vela, could have been the GOAT, but wasn't. I had that magical left foot, still does. But anyways, that's my pick, Giovanni Dos Santos.
Okay.
Jonathan, I think did pretty good though, overall in his career. Personally, I think he had a good career, and he still does because he still plays. But I'm gonna say Jonathan was good, but Giovanni, unfortunately, is mine.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
Still prayers up for him, you never know.
Yeah. Okay, I have two names here. One as a Chelsea fan is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mean, I thought, not saying he won't, because he still can. He's still young, but he was 100% regarded by a lot of English fans, at least, as the next winger. He was supposed to be Saka before Saka, right before Saka. You know what I'm saying? He should have been the same level of Saka, and then unfortunately it just didn't work out that way. Injuries and whatnot.
Still 22.
Yeah, I know, but you tell me right now he's gonna hit that. He still has a chance of hitting that. That's what I mean. He's not the same level anymore. He was supposed to be Saka before
West
Saka.
Ham one.
He should have been. Second one I'm gonna say too is Freddie Adu. I mean, Freddie Adu. I remember that a little bit. He when you think of failed wonder kid, honestly, he is he might be up there for many people. He was supposed to be the next guy, the first American guy.
The thing about Freddie Adu is he never really got started. It was just the hype. There was no
yeah. And it definitely, honestly, I'm gonna say that he walked to let others run. He went through this so that other people could run. Because now you look at it and you're obviously going to be well, look what happened to fucking Freddie. I don't want to get called the next Messi when I'm 13. I'm not going to go through that. And obviously, you never achieve that, and now you're just a name in one of the worst lists of football history. It's just depressing. I always feel bad. He's only 34 right now. He's only 34. If he made it, he could still be playing at top level. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Now he's a coach, I think, or something like that. So sad. All right, we're ready at.
Wait, I want to bring up a West Ham player. You guys won't know who the hell he is, but to West Ham fans, you'll know. Grady Diagana. Grady Diagana, this left winger.
I know the name, but I mean, I never.
Yeah, I mean, he came up from the academy. He showed glimpses in preseason, looked decent, and then his transfer, his contract was coming to an end, and West Ham weren't willing to reach the demand the AJ was asking for, so we let him walk, right? And I remember all these West Ham fans absolutely pissed off. I mean, like, we're fuming at the board, the manager, all this stuff. Even Mark Noble said that he wished we would have kept them, right? And we honestly, I was like, oh man, we missed out, yada yada yada. I was really upset too, but it is what it is. But I was super hyped about him. He looked promising, looked good. Then he went to West Brom, and he's still there, and he's absolute shit. So like, I think we actually dodged a bullet there, just because like he's not good. He actually wasn't good, and we just hyped him up way too much because we saw glimpses of promise. But that's preseason in the end of the day, so you can't really base anything on preseason. But anyways, that's my spiel. That's what I just want to talk about for West Ham, just because you guys brought players from your clubs. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. I mean, I don't think we really need to talk about too much more. We're already at almost 45 minutes of this episode, so we don't want to make it too long. For anyone who already watched this far, and I appreciate that if you have. Yeah. Do you guys have any last comments before we head out?
I don't.
Go support Jamaica at Allegiant Stadium or any games close to you. Go support Jamaica. We love Jamaica here. Unfortunately, I can't be there, but if we get media passes, who knows? Maybe that can change. We can go to the games. Yada yada yada. Oh, okay. Well, we lost someone. Anyways, I guess Diego doesn't support Jamaica, but
yeah. He said, oh yeah, that just left. Yeah, okay. It happens.
He bought tickets, didn't give a fuck, but yeah. I mean, honestly, stay tuned for those vlogs because I know it's in June, but honestly, us two at the moment are really excited about it. Just because. 2 different experiences, you get to see it. That's honestly what I'm looking forward to the most. But also, Copa America is coming. Nations League, Euros. If you guys want us to cover Euros, please tell us. We can do match reactions, kind of like what we did for the World Cup. No sleep. Summer is what I'm going to dub it. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Diego, outro us. Give us the outro.
Thanks for watching. I don't know what episode this is. I think it's like... I think we've stopped counting, but it's
like season 2, 4, or 5 or something like that.
I think it's 5 or
season
6.
What?
I think it's 5. Season 2, episode like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay. So episode 5, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll probably have one. I don't know when next recording, but hopefully we'll have another one up in like a week. Trying to keep a consistent recording schedule, but I know we've been a little like not doing that. But hopefully we can keep that going. And see you guys next time.